Hello, everybody. Welcome. What a delight it is to be with you today. Thank you for joining. I'm just going to check that you can hear and see and that everything is working properly. So please just let me know whether the sound is okay and whether the video is working. I think there's a little lag. All right, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you are on our beautiful planet. And I got a real urge to do a live stream, an impromptu live stream today. I informed Radhika about it a couple of hours ago, but I think it's just too short notice. But thank you for being here. So, why is this such an important moment? Well, I called it the Great Reset deliberately because the aspects that are coming up in March, and this one that I really want to focus on with you today, is going to really get you fired up. That's what I'm hoping about. And of course, you've only got to mention the Great Reset, and there's going to be controversy in the room. Yes, it's already been happening in the live chat. Oh my goodness, the Great Reset. Oh my goodness. Yes. And there's conspiracy theories and all sorts of emotions are triggered. But I wanted to initiate here with the 0 degree Aries new moon on the equinox, March 2021, depending where you live in the world, is probably one of the most powerful portals that we can have that is opening for us and giving you an opportunity for your great reset. Don't worry about what they're doing out there. Okay, let them do what they're doing. Don't pay so much attention to it that it pulls you off your situation and your journey and your destiny. All right. So I'm not saying that there hasn't, that things don't need to change and that things are wrong. I'm not getting into that. What I want to get into today, and this was the purpose for doing this impromptu live, is to show you that you've got an opportunity for a grand reset, a new rebirth, a new identity. Who do you want to be? What do you want to express? Because we've got this Aries energy. We've already got Jupiter in Aries, okay? So Jupiter's going to be in Aries all this time. The sun coming into Aries, Mercury in Aries, it's all happening. And 0 point Aries is the beginning of the zodiac, all right? It's the beginning of all this, of the whole circle of life. And we're right at the beginning of it, coming up next month. So I wanted to give you the heads up. I wanted to have you begin to prepare yourself as much as possible to tune into the power of this opening up energy so that you can get the best out of it, the most out of it, so that it can propel you in your life to new heights, to new possibilities, to new dreams, to new visions for yourself in your own life. And as you do that in your own life, you will inspire others. You will have others just lifted up around you. And that's the way we begin to change our world, from the inside out, not from the outside in. You know how it is when you're trying to change somebody else. It's a pain in the batum, isn't it? And the only real way is to change yourself. And this it's just such a powerful time. So then on April the 20th, we've got a solar eclipse at 29 degrees of Aries. So we've got this murmuring of Aries energy all through these next couple of months. And we're in the build up to it now. So you sensitive ones for sure are beginning to feel it. Yeah, there's a rumbling, there's something going on. And so you're feeling it. And then on May the 5th, we've got a lunar eclipse in Scorpio, which is again ruled by Mars and also Pluto. So we're dealing now with this energy of Mars. Now, Mars, it comes round in your chart, you get a Mars return about every 2.5 years. This is where we get the terrible twos. You know, around 2.5 years old, they start having tantrums and they say, I want to do it my way. And they're just, that's it. So it's time to have your personal tantrum here and march to the beat of your own drum. It's just stop looking to others. And there's so much information out there telling you to do this and eat that and wear this and don't do that. And, if you do this, you're going to die. And if you take this, there's so much fear mongering. It's just not true. But you've survived a pandemic. You're still here. You've survived so many things. But this Aries point is an opportunity to remove your limitations, to challenge yourself. I see it so often with many clients. They are so close to a breakthrough often. And they've been trying so hard and really pushing and going, and they're just ready to give up. And I'm saying to them, no, keep going, keep going. You may be so close to a breakthrough. And I'm saying that to you here. This 0 degrees Aries is an opportunity to just say, I'm unstoppable. I'm keeping going. I'm keeping going. I'm unlimited. Now, it doesn't mean to say that we haven't got certain limitations. And I'm not saying you throw yourself off a building. Let's just really just put it in a context here. It's about going beyond your own limitations. The esoteric ruler of Aries is Mercury. Now, why would that be the case? Okay, the esoteric ruler is the soul ruler, is like a higher power. So when you take Aries and all this energy and you take it to the highest level, you're working with the power of the mind and the power of the will. These are the two frequencies you're working with. And when you work with the power of your mind and will to work for the highest and the best and to become more and keep rising, keep going and say to yourself, I'm not going to give up. And who do I want to be now? What do I want to accomplish? And to look at your life now. This is just such a unique opportunity, and that's why I wanted to give you a few weeks of a heads up. There is so much inside of you that is waiting and burning to come out. And many of us keep ourselves small and not trying something. Okay, I'll share with you something I tried very recently, and I was really frightened of doing it. Because if you read all the stuff about fasting, you should do it, you shouldn't do it, you can drive yourself mad, or mashuki, as they say in Yiddish. And I was driving myself mashuki. But I felt I needed to take a period of fasting, just to have water for a while. And I didn't know for how long. And I asked I just asked for guidance. I said, all right, let's see. And I've never fasted, not much more than a day. And I fasted for 3 days. You can imagine how the mind was crazy. Again, this mental energy. And I kept calming it and saying, you're going to be all right. You're not going to die. You're not going to go in the hospital. You know, your mind will give you all these millions of fears. And I'm still here to tell the tale, but I felt so good that I had overcome something that was a big fear to me. Because I'd always look to a doctor to tell me, and I should take advice, and I should be careful, blah, 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 all that stuff. So what are your fears that you are ready to say, I'm off. I'm just going to go. So I feel great. I feel really, really good. And it did me no harm at all. And it made me show that there is a higher power that is working within us at all times. And that if we can tune into that higher power, which is this esoteric ruler of Aries, we can be guided through that higher intuition. So what are you most afraid of? And can you push yourself? And it really is about just pushing yourself through your issues. Everybody's got different ones. For some people, it'll be dead easy to do a 3-day fast. No thing. Yeah, I get that. Right? So what is it for you? Okay. Yeah. So what is it what is it now? And begin to think of that. Where am I stopping myself? This coming month, we've got Saturn going into Pisces. Many of you are healers. You work in the esoteric metaphysical field, but maybe you've been, I'm not sure whether to put myself out there. There's so many other people. There's so many other this. What are the excuses you're making for not taking action and creating the business and not being the individual that you are? Nobody's going to do it like you. I've been listening to a piece of music, yes, a Bach piece of music by Bach, because I was trained classically. And you listen to all these famous pianists play it. And they all play it differently. And they all criticize one another for doing it differently. But who cares? Do it differently. Do it your way. I did it my way, as Frank Sinatra said. It's such a famous song because it resonates something inside of us. And it's so easy to look outside and say, oh, well, there's so many people doing this. There's so many this and that and the other going on. I won't bother. Yeah. I'm really focusing on this. I'm going to talk about Saturn in Pisces and all these other things. But this is such an important portal that opens from the heavens rather rarely, that I wanted to encourage you to begin to look at your fears and to begin to say, I'm going anyway. Look, you got born. That's quite something altogether, isn't it? Going through that, the sperm and the egg, and you got in there and you survived and you came into the plant, you came onto this earth, but you're here to birth the real you. Birth the real you at this time. The Sabian symbol for this degree of Aries is a woman rises out of water, a seal rises and embraces her. So what does that mean? The Aries 0 degrees is saying become an individual and rise out of the sea of the collective unconsciousness. Right? And the seagull is a joyful animal, isn't it? They're playful, they're uplifting, and you feel leave the safety of the nest and play and see that you can live on land or water. You can do so much more. And the thing is that when you do these things, you become an inspiration to others. Look at Dr. Joe Dispenza, great Aries, yeah? A true Aries. He healed himself in the hospital. Doctors said he would never walk again. Now he's inspiring and helping others to make miraculous recoveries using that higher esoteric ruler of Aries, the Mercury Aries energy, and really using it in a positive way. So how can you be an inspiration to others? When you break through these fears, you become that inspiration. And I try to do it every day. I try every day. I don't succeed every day. Let's get that right. But I try every day to just push it a little bit more. So where do you need to push it? And as you do it, you feel so liberated. You feel so uplifted. A man without courage is a knife without an edge. It's a proverb. And Robert Louis Stevenson said, keep your fears to yourself, but share your courage with others. So share your courage, share the things in the chat if you can, of the things that you've done where you were brave. Yeah, where you were brave. And to someone else, it might not be a big deal, but to someone else, it might be a total inspiration. And it might just be the key that unlocks the door. Don't get discouraged. It is often the last key in the bunch that opens the door. Okay? So you're strong. Stronger than you think you are. And if we can encourage one another in just the little things, breaking through these little things, abseiling. Thank you, Michelle. It was wonderful. There you go. That's it. Linda braves life by standing by her convictions. Wonderful. And J.K. Rowling said, it takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to your enemies, but just as much to stand up to your friends. It's even harder, isn't it? So what do you need to stand up to? Elizabeth, you stopped drinking alcohol. Fabulous. Okay? So these are just thoughts that I wanted to share with you. And, some paintings came through for Aries energy. Sorry about all the noise, but Aries energy is noise. Okay? And yes, that's great. Amanita, what if I fall? But my darling, what if you fly? Okay. The universe does reward courage. Courage. Yeah, it does. And you might want to say in the chat or say later what you are going to break through. Share what you've broken through. I mean, all the people who frighten me to death about channeling. Ooh, you better not do that. Ooh, ooh. Yes. And I thought, well, you know what? Sometimes you just got to take that risk. And I'm so glad I did. And everybody can channel and does channel. Just not always aware of it. So it's learning to change your vocabulary here. This is just, it's like change the vocabulary. Not I can't into I can. That wonderful lady, Tao Porchon Lynch, I think she lived to about 103, 104. She began ballroom dancing when she was something like 75 and her partner was 30. Yeah. And it's like, she just said, there's nothing you cannot do. And she was teaching yoga at 100 years old, still teaching. So yeah, words vibrate. Again, Mercury is a higher ruler. So it's conditioning the mind. I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. I know I can. Okay, so let's see what the Oracle deck, this is our card for today. It's just wonderful. Okay, this is great. Yes, Pippi Lou, work on your I am statements. I am strong, I am brave. Beautiful. Okay. All right, here we go. Listen carefully. So listen carefully to what your soul is telling you at this time. Ask your soul, what is its message? Okay. Look at that. Sonia's 65, retired and hikes 8 to 10 miles. Yeah. So I feel a bit nervous about doing this, but I've written a poem and it's not something that I would normally share, but I'll share it in the spirit of encouraging you to share and be brave. Fiery furnace of my soul, crush my fears and make me whole. Show me how to shine my light through the blackness of the night. Lead me to right actions, away from all distractions. Clear my way so I clearly see that there is nothing stopping me. I'm free, I'm brave, I'm out of my cave, shining my light so bright, bright, bright. Okay, so that was a hurdle overcome, but yeah, just share it. Whatever it is, the fire is burning inside you and it's just waiting to come out. So use this Mars energy. Mars is in Gemini at the time of this 0 degrees of Aries. And Gemini rules the lungs. So anything connected with refining your breathing, your awareness of your breathing. And when people really breathe well, you see that they've got really bright eyes. The eyes are bright. And the eyes and the brain are ruled by Aries. So use the breathing to ignite your eyes, your expression, and your brain. I want to thank you all so much for being here. And I just want to say to you, you can do it. And as each one of you recognizes how precious and special you are and steps out in your glory, you spread a wave of courage and bravery on our planet, and you take us to that higher level of consciousness. And we are able at this point to make a great reset to create new Earth together. This can be the most exciting time of our lives. Much love to you. Bye for now.